Yeah, hello there, everybody, and welcome to part 7 of my Megaman Legends playthrough. Going through I believe it's the Carden Forest ruins.
Can you hear me, Megaman? I'm picking up high energy readings from close by. It looks like it's a refractor. And a big one, too. Is the refractor shielded? Most high-level refractors are protected in some kind of shield. You'll have to look for the control console and deactivate the shield. Nothing? It looks like the starter's missing. It's probably hidden somewhere nearby. You'll have to find it. Remember, there might be more than one starter key, too.
I mean, there are clearly 3 holes in that console, so gonna have to find 3 more starters. This is the ruins that if you really wanted to get money and upgrade every item in the game, you would come here with the vacuum arm, because it's like beehives. The thing I just destroyed, they drop tons of money for whatever reason. The thing is that you do have to go up the elevator to leave entirely for them to respawn. And I really hate these guys. I've decided that I'm most likely just going to be going for like between 2 and 4. It'll probably be 2 or 3 on average videos a week while I do streaming on the weekend. I didn't do it over this weekend because I had things I had obligations in real life. But work has also been, it's really stressful at work when, you know, they don't communicate with you, and I recently found out why. Working at UPS after the January 2021 buyout, they got purchased by a company. I don't remember the name off the top of my head. At least part of it got purchased by that company for $800 million. Tons and tons of firings in like HR department to downsize, quote unquote, have been happening, and now as an employee of the company, I just can't get answers from people in the company about what's going on. I've been waiting for literally months to become a full-time employee, because as a part-time, I'm hardly paying my bills, and full-time, the drivers make what I make the drivers make what I make on a monthly basis every week. It is disgusting pay discrepancy, considering that I have to be there at like 3 a.m. and the drivers get to show up at 8:30 to start their shift. And I also still have to handle all of the packages they handle. In fact, I have to handle 3 to 4 drivers worth of packages in a 5-hour period, whereas the drivers have 8 hours to deliver everything. And they even tell me they don't deliver things upstairs to apartment complexes that are heavy. Apartment complexes, for the most part, have places to leave things like couches that are being delivered by UPS. Or it's like, you wanna... It's been delivered to the lobby. You want it, you can get your friend to help you take that couch upstairs. I'm not delivering that 140-pound thing.
Remember the first time you went on a dig, Megaman? I wasn't used to being a spotter, and you ended up getting lost underground for 3 days. Remember? We were lucky that Gramps came to help us. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't been there.
Well, that is not an endearing story. Being lost in ruins for 3 days sounds fucking terrible. And I also just made a small mistake there, because I started the... You like start a grinder in the room.
Doesn't look like there are any big reaver bots here. Still, you better stay on your toes.
In that first room, you start a grinder with a conveyor belt, and then you walk on that ice platform to make the chest drop, and the chest has one of the starters. I didn't go down to follow the chest to the grinder to get the starter, because I had completely forgotten that that was what was in that chest. And then this is just, you gotta be fast. I was like, I haven't played this in in years. Just gotta press the buttons real fast and run straight to that door. But it just kind of seems disgusting at UPS right now.
Did you find anything? I'm picking up a faint signal. That must be the starter key. Keep looking. There's probably a few more lying around somewhere.
I have the person who works on the trucks next to mine who is being trained to be a supervisor at the moment. And usually, once you start that process, it only takes you a few days, because there isn't a ton you need to know, and HR usually handles the paperwork and the background checks, etc. But because our HR department has been completely gutted, they have been going through all that stuff with him for like 3 weeks, because there's no one to just handle that stuff while the supervisors and the management of the building just handles their normal day-to-day stuff. So it's been like 3 weeks and he's still being trained for supervisor. They're doing the background check still, the paperwork, and as far as I'm aware, they're still making people supervisors without hiring new people really to cover those people's positions loading trucks. So they're removing more people from loading, but they basically aren't hiring anybody, and as far as I'm aware, they haven't trained new drivers in about a year, aside from the contract ones that they have for the Christmas time, which most places got rid of their Christmas drivers late in December or mid through January. None of them have come back, and nobody else is being trained.
It looks like some kind of compactor or something.
So the workload per person is going up, but UPS also just wants to keep like the relative amount of hours that they have. So we have to get more done in a certain amount of time. It seems disgusting there at the moment, and I can see if you Google like UPS mass layoffs, you will find things starting right around February of 2021, and people talking about how they expect a mass exodus from UPS once COVID is over and there's a whole bunch of other places still hiring again. It's just, I don't see the company doing all that well for a little while, not while they're mass firing the people who are supposed to be handling paperwork. And for the most part, HR handles the hiring because they don't have... How do I put this? UPS doesn't have an interview process. They have like this little... they have like a weird little flash game, essentially, that you go through that's about determining which way, like, you'd probably have to look at it. It's about identifying colors quickly, arrows, like they'll put 3 or 4 arrows on the screen, and they're like, it'll tell you beforehand, like, if an arrow is you'll press on your keyboard for the arrow that's this color, and if the outer arrows are this color, then you'll do the middle arrow, and if the if all 3 arrows are pointing the same way, then you press the other way or some crap like that. It's really weird, and I assume that they expect you to make almost no mistakes on it. But once you've done that, they literally just send you like a text message from HR that they're having their hiring, or not, they're doing their training, essentially, event with like 30-ish people starting whatever Monday after you've done that.
Did you find another starter? That's 2. Only 1 more to go. It's gotta be around here somewhere.
And without HR, that hasn't been happening, because they don't have people to just take 30 people, put them in a room, and do the safety training. They have like another flash game that's supposed to show you how to load the trucks, which apparently they don't expect you to do, but I did. So when I started loading, They were like, let me show you how to load. I'm like, I played the Flash game. What do you mean? I know where all the packages go. I know that, you know. It was weird when I started, because when I started and then the people came in like directly after me, because it was literally a week later, they hired like 30 extra people after my group came in. And they were training them on how to do stuff, and I'm just like, what, you guys didn't play the Flash game? And they were like, what Flash game? You know, I digress. The hiring process isn't really involved, and the training process at the start isn't supposed to be, but a lot of people apparently just don't take advantage of the fact that they literally have a game on a computer that tells you how to do your job. So I got the jump springs, which means that I'll be able to do, the elevator comes down and there's that thing directly next to me when I go down the elevator that I can jump up to now. That connects into some other dungeons, or some other ruins that I've already been in. And I got the grenade arm. So I will be spending some time in the, I'm not sure what to call them, the sub-ruins, the ones that don't really matter. They're not part of the story. It's just, I can jump up there and I can go through. It leads back to the one that the woman was standing in front of beforehand, that I did before I started this one. So now I can just jump up here. Man, for some reason those little burb guys are worth tons of zenny. Those big blue refractors are worth a decent amount. And a couple of holes over here for some money. I don't understand the point of... One of these is 820 and the other one is like 9,240? Yeah. What is that discrepancy? There's like 10,000 zenny there, but 90% of it is in one of those. Ready Dax. Ew, no snacks. But if you look at my little mini-map up there in the top left, you'll see that there's a location that I have already been in beforehand, just not up on these platforms. Because you can get to this room from one of the earlier ruin entrances. I was kind of looking down there. Oh no, it's a trapped Bax. Ow. You motherfuckers. I'm gonna kill you for your money. And I was kind of like, oh, is there another way down here? Yeah. Because there's no point in me just skipping this. Oh yeah, the roller board. So that allows me to... It's not exactly skating, but it's kind of like that. You kind of just skate on your feet. And that actually unlocks another mini game. I don't remember what that mini game is called off the top of my head right now. I dislike the mini game that one unlocks, though. It is so precise with its movements, because it's like drifting with the
That's it! Now you should be able to access the console.
I would like to point out how stupid I felt when I got that, and I was like, man, that starter key was right there the entire time. But the mini game, that having the rollerboard to make the, I don't remember what they call it, like the hover shoes or some crap, it takes such precise movement, like getting around, it is really ridiculous to me that some of the times that you have to get are even possible, and I just would not even do there's a quote-unquote technical map for it. And the technical map is just like a really hard one compared to the other ones. And again, I'm like, why would I do nothing? Lower shield, stare at refractor. Where'd my helmet go? He's like, ah.
Nothing's happening?
I mean, it's one of the few times that between getting into the ruins and finding the refractor that there's absolutely nothing in between you. It's just the elevator and the refractor in a room together. So, what exactly would happen? Other than maybe, like, I could understand it if they were like, the refractor was powering the ruins, so no more elevator. You have to go out the way that you got the spring shoes to go out. And yeah, you can always ask Data what you should be doing. So the next story part of the game is actually more annoying to figure out. Like, people would probably get confused. Because there's an NPC you talk to. I'm not sure you talk to him first. You just try to walk out to where he has some boats. And he'll tell you that there's no working boats there. And then you just have to try and walk out that door again. And then it'll let you go out there and use the refractor to fix the boat. So it just seems kind of weird. Maybe they shouldn't have done that. It's not super clear if you've never played the game before that you're just supposed to you're supposed to like force your way out that door. Anyway, since I am sitting on tons of money, I am going to go and start repairing parts of the city. I mean, look at Town Hall. And I no longer have to talk to the police officers out front. Start making donations, because I'm rich. Where do we start? Well, City Hall needs 5K. Police need 2.5. Houses are 4.5. And what was that? 3.6. And anyway, I've got tons of money right now after going through there. And again, that's just me. I hit the jump button instead of the interact button because I'm still, how many hours into this game am I? And I still hit X instead of O. So this is going to be where I end up ending this video. So hope I'll see you guys in the next one.